What's good, y'all? We're back for closing conversations. We do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I love this time of the week. All right, we make live calls to members of the charged up community's leads that they've used offerbolt.io to go out and find motivated homeowners who are interested in selling their property using our AI software, where you only have to talk to motivated sellers, right? You're not driving for dollars, not cold calling, not knocking on doors, not doing any of that stuff. All right, you're letting the AI do the work for you. I'm joined by my guy Brandon Barnes. Brandon, you want to introduce yourself, man?
Yeah, what's going on? Brandon Barnes here, Mr. Similar Offers. Super excited for another closing conversations. I think we had some good opportunities.
We lose Brandon.
Really good calls.
Chat. Hey, if you're in the chat, there's Brandon. All right, we got Brandon back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we got you back. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah. So Brandon Barnes. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm always gonna say Similar Offers as much as possible. Right. And that's what we're doing right here. We're trying to get these sellers to the point where we're able to either shoot an offer over or engage with them to set up a closed conversation. Right. And a lot of them are right here on this phone. And, we had a good conversation this past Thursday. So hope you guys get, a great experience, learn a lot. Be sure to ask any questions you guys have about the conversations so that you can go out and be more effective in your calls to sellers when you're doing this business as well. So, without further ado, man, let's get it.
All right, man, let's rock and roll. Guys, hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Look, we're going to look at getting some deals today. All right, getting some opportunities either, under contract or in a situation where we can get a contract on the way and locked in. So, Brandon, you want to start with the first call, man?
Yes, sir. I think we're going to Memphis for this one.
Memphis, Tennessee. Let's
see what's going on. Please call after. Oh. So she said, please call after 1:30. So I'm going to set a reminder to call her back. In an hour. And we will go into the next one. This is also Memphis. Please call around 1:30. All right. So we got two Memphis folks that want 1:30 calls. This one is El Paso, Texas.
Which name are you at?
Robert. I went in reverse order.
Okay. All right.
Robert Best. All right, he sent me straight to voicemail. Straight to voicemail. Let me try him personal.
Shout out my guy Kareem in the chat, man. Appreciate you, man.
Okay. So he might be on Do Not Disturb. Let me text him. Hey, I just tried. Back up, bro. Mellow Street. Is there a better time to discuss an offer? All right. We'll try back later. All right, let me see what the next one is. Chicago. This must be a Lou lead. He's the only one crazy enough to go into that market.
I got one this North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I have no idea.
Yeah, you might have to start dialing too because it's one going straight.
Yeah.
Also, 250-6141. See what we can do. Hey there, Mr. Dennis. This is Brandon giving you a call back about South Main Street. How's it going?
All right.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to pick up the conversation. I think you had spoke with my partner on this. You may have spoke with Miss K recently about these.
I don't recall.
Okay, no worries. Well, I got some decent notes here. Wanting to kind of liquidate some of the rentals. You were doing fix and flips in the past, looking to sell off a few remaining. And you have some other buyers looking at this, but no other serious offers yet.
Correct.
5 bed, 3 bath, 2 kitchens. Is it a duplex?
No, it's a single family, but for some reason, someone put the kitchen like an apartment, but it's not a legal apartment, so it's part of the single family home.
Okay.
It has a kitchen, a bath, and a bedroom.
Wow. Is that second kitchenette? Does it have like a separate entrance? Is it like the basement or downstairs?
It has a entrance for the basement, the back door, and it has an entrance downstairs from the kitchen, but it has no legal second entrance like a front door, so it cannot be a separate apartment.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah, so, there's some creative investors out there that might try to make it work, right?
Well, I had one where I put a front door in. It's not all that hard to dig it out and put one in, but I'm just saying without that, it's not legal.
Got it.
Too much at the time I did. I wasn't trying to go there.
Is there a separate bathroom down there as well?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, man, I like what I see. It looks like it's all brick. Is it all brick?
No, it's a frame.
Okay, it's in between two brick houses. I think I was getting confused with the other one, but cool. Look, how much were you hoping to sell this for?
I was trying to get 80 to 85 because I know what they're going for right now.
Yeah. That's a reasonable asking kind of starting price. And I'm gonna dig in a little bit more into some of the comps just so I can kind of get a feel for it. And then just based on what you had said, it needs a full rehab. New furnace and pipes were removed. Did somebody like rip it out of the wall? Like, was it?
Yeah, they stole.
Damn.
But they didn't tear up the wall, and then because of the simple fact that the bathrooms are all in a straight line in the kitchen. So just rip them straight down and store all the plumbing the same way I redid them last time, just straight up.
Dang. That's wild.
But they left copper pipes in the area, so that's what it is.
Okay. But other than that, what was the last thing that you did to the property? Like, is the roof like workable, or is it you feel like everything kind of top to bottom is gonna need to be?
No, the roof is good. The kitchen cabinets are good. The floor is still good. I had actually sanded out, refinished the hardwood floor on the first floor throughout. It's still good. The bathtub is still good. The second floor shower is still good. Had a shower with the doors on it. That's still, no one took those. It's still intact. The windows are good. And I installed them once I had purchased it. And the roof was put on a couple years before I bought it.
Yeah.
And the doors are good. I believe their words for the total rehab. I believe mine said it needs first hot water tank, some work done, and the pipes were taken. And I don't know about where you all are, but I know in this area that's not a total rehab.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if we're going to do this, like, the fix up and relist, we're still going to update everything. I think that's the trouble that a lot of investors are facing right now in this market, where there's a lot of, properties available and not enough buyers. It's like we have to make it be like the best, on the street to actually, get somebody to want to buy it. And so we're having to go a little bit above and beyond what we would normally do. Sometimes we've done like minimal work and just relisted it. And, a few years ago, that strategy worked really great. Today's day, like, you really kind of have to go and do a full renovation and update everything to actually expect something to sell. But think about us, between me and my partner, Chris, we also look at some of these as long-term buy and hold. So we don't have to do it, all the bells and whistles. We could just make it, move in ready and look at it from that angle. And that may be a good strategy here. As I'm looking, like, I think what we faced in this area is we had a project on Aberdeen nearby. We were seeing a lot more interest in the four-sided brick properties than the framers.
Oh, that's always.
Yeah. And so I think I made the mistake of being a little too high on another property recently. Like right now, I see one over there that's listed for $70K. It's smaller than yours, and it's not selling right now. Your property, is there more square footage than this showing up? Because with 5 beds, 3 baths, and 2 kitchens, it's showing me that it's 882 square feet. Is that?
Well, like I was saying, that would probably be the first floor alone. I know if you add the upstairs with the other 2 bedrooms and bath, then you do the kitchen, the basement with a bedroom, you had to include that into the living room part. That should be at least 20 to 22, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, possibly. Well, no, 22 because the furnace and the laundry room would be considered livable.
Yeah, that seems a bit off just from what I'm looking at as well. Okay. Well, one thing that we do like to do is, make sure that when we're going into these projects, we're able to, close on your timeline. I think, kind of probably working with investors in the past, or being an investor yourself, we're a lot more flexible with our terms. We can close on your timeline, pay all cash. And of course, you wouldn't have any realtor fees, closing costs, especially if we're using the same closing attorney and title company. If I can get you an offer.
That's what I normally do is use my attorney. I do it most closing in his office as opposed to paying for closing fees and title companies.
Okay. Well, we got you an offer like that. What's the absolute best you think that you could do on this, or we kind of get this under contract, short due diligence, and meet at the closing table?
You'd have to intrigue my interest a little because right now I'm but like I said, it's flexible. But I haven't looked at any to see what would be under. But I do know I have to cover approximately $40,000 worth of fines and taxes to do the sale. Got it.
And what were you? I mean, is there something that you want to be able to roll this cash into, or is there a certain target, cash target that you want to hit?
To be totally honest, no.
That's a good.
Cover all that and put something in my pocket. I'm not actually trying to profit off of this deal because I did pretty well off of it over the years of renting it. So I made my money back a couple of times actually. So I'm not really trying to, but I'm trying to get rid of it.
Well, I
told him I was very flexible.
Yeah, and see that, and that's the thing. I mean, I think that what we can offer here is a done deal for you, where you're not having to, go through multiple, people and offers under contract, or where stuff falls out. But we need to make sure that this is, at a number that works for us. We can be flexible, of course. I'm seeing like there's a pending above you for $58K. You got the one on Aberdeen 2 streets over at $69K. And these are livable. I wouldn't even say almost move-in ready. They're both also framers. So I'd fair to say we would want to be a lot closer to 50 than 80, closer to, but of course, again, I could be flexible here. If I got you an offer that, lets you be able to walk away with some money post closing, what would it need to be for us to do business today?
That would be the key terms, something. Like I said, I have no number in mind. I wasn't actually trying to make a killing or anything. So it wouldn't be very high over what I owe. Simple as that.
Yeah, because I feel like my gut says I need to be a lot closer to 50. If I got you an offer over at that with some decent terms,
we might work something. Got something about, because like I said, I had to find out exactly what I owe, and then we can rock with it. If you end up getting it out of my name, you'll be my friend.
Yeah, look, and I hope that we would be able to look at the others after that, you know, and maybe do a few deals together. Okay.
The other would be going for regular retail.
Okay, but other ones you're gonna list?
I don't have any listed yet, but I have 2 more properties. One in Chicago, one in a village called Matson.
I know Matson. Okay. But do they need work or are they like fully ready to go?
They'd be retail. No, they
got
would be
it.
Move in ready.
Okay. I can still look at them. I mean,
actually occupied now. The other one was recently unoccupied and doing the rehab and about to paint it right now.
Okay, yeah, those would be for the market.
Yeah.
So let's take care of this one. I mean, I'd love to get an offer over to you. Any terms that you want to see specifically? You know, our standard is, you know, closing 30 days. You know, we typically do, you know, what 10%, or I'm sorry, 1% would be 500 earnest money. We, you know, need just some time to get over there, check it out, get some photos, unless you have some. I wouldn't expect to need to get in there no more than 2 times, once for photos and once for scope of work.
Okay. I don't have recent photos, so I've had to say no, even though I was with a guy who did photos, but I didn't get any copy of them.
Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, I got a guy that can take care of that. He can come over and set that up.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. I think he clicked over. Bro, this is.
What do you think about this? He
50K?
seems like he's trying to get out of it.
I mean, he's saying, so, you know, he's a landlord. He got a few other properties that, like he was saying. I mean, if we get this at 50, it should for sure be a deal. I don't think it's gonna be an amazing deal, but you know, 50 is a good number. We've been getting a few of these at like 80, you know, 90, 100, thinking that is solid.
Yeah,
but they're not moving. And so at 50, I think it's a no-brainer. You know, we should be able to put it out there for like 65, 70 and get an easy, quick 20.
Let's do it. Let's see if he'll he seems like he wants to sell, but also slightly apprehensive about moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where we can kind of try to drive him.
Yeah. With a sell like this, like I would probably tweak the agreement to make it seem, you know, less wholesale language. You know, I would still want it to be assignable. I would leave that in there, but whatever we could do to make it, you know, a little bit more straightforward of an agreement, I think he'll move forward. Yeah, man, Shannon, you're absolutely right, bro. That's something I learned very, very early on. Singles and doubles will keep you in the game. And if you're consistent every 2 to 3 months, you know, 50K deal, right? Like you hit those big numbers by staying consistent and doing, you know, the 5, the 10s, the 15s, the 20s. You know, unless you're doing like PPC or something, like damn near every other deal is 50K. But
yeah,
I think this will be a good solid deal. We're gonna try to get this offer out to him ASAP.
Hey, what's his first name, by the way?
This one is Dennis.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I had him up.
Where is this at? He might be able to. I'm gonna just get his email when he comes back on and get the offer over to him.
Okay.
If you want to get going.
Yeah, I got somebody to call.
Hello?
Hey, Dennis.
Oh, Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah. Look, I was about to say I'd like to get an agreement over to you, in front of you. Maybe even walk you through it. See if you have any questions.
Okay.
Um,
I don't have no questions. Actually, that phone call was about another deal for like 350 to 400. I don't know what it's gonna be. I had an offer right there. That was for 350.
nice.
So I had to switch over.
Something that another property you're selling.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go.
I'm about that next to this, so this one in Country Club Hill, but this actually should be gone hopefully by August 1st or somewhere in the beginning of August.
Yeah, look, I mean, we would be able to close this before the end of the month. If we can, keep a quick timeline, get it agreed to today. And I try to get in there today. What, Tuesday? Yeah, I could probably get in there for first photos tomorrow, Thursday. And then kind of start working with the team.
Tomorrow won't be doing any work. That's my birthday.
Oh man, look, happy early birthday. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll figure something out for getting in there, and then we'll go to work on this and get you to the closing table for the end of the month.
Okay. That can work.
Okay, look, let me go in and get an email address for you, and so I can get this sent over. Okay, and look, I mean, I know you got to see kind of what are some of the other things that you owe on it, or any liens. If something like that comes up, I think you're giving me enough room here, where, like I said, I'd like to get this done like right at 50 and make sure that I can get turn this around, be a great project for us. But if something comes up, you find out that you owe a little bit more, I can be flexible as well. So like, let's just keep the conversation, lines of communication open. And let's make sure that it's still a win-win.
All right, that'll work.
Okay.
Push for 55, but let's do that.
Yeah, look, I mean, let me know. Like I said, just keep me posted. I mean, we'll go to work on this. And if it ends up being that you do owe a little bit more, I'd be open. I still want to get in there and see it, but let's go on and put this under contract at 50 right now. And then let us get in there and start doing the work. If I feel like I can have some little, extra room, then, let's have another conversation. The title work will be kind of started, and we'll know kind of within the week what the open liens and stuff are on this anyways.
All liens should be Chicago fines. I own this outright. One thing come up with Chicago fine, which is what I do need the actual total of. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll you work with the actually do me a favor. So I'm gonna text you after this, and send me over your closing attorney, title company that you like to work with, as I know we're gonna have to communicate with them as well. So send that over, and maybe they can even start to go to work on kind of doing the pre-title search stuff.
Okay. I had time for the title and everything.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Look, I'll give you a shout, let you know. I'll at least text you when the offer gets sent over, and we'll go from there.
All right.
All right. Hey, look, make sure you call me if you have any questions, anything that you want, any more clarity on, just give me a shout back.
All right. Sure.
All right. Good deal. All right. Thanks, Dennis.
Yep.
All right. Later. All right. There we go. First one on the board. I'll take it.
It's been like 5-6 years, and they still have foreclosed on the ass though.
Really?
They said it's in their sellers, but they said like you could get somebody to buy or they'll work with you or some kind of way. I really did have somebody to buy the sellers. Let's have some name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, man. Look, I would definitely be kind of in the 150 kind of 160 range for kind of a workable offer. would be something we could close within 30 days. I mean, just again, considering kind of the work needed to the property at the moment. Because look, we're looking at it as we'd have to come in and kind of do a full renovation. That's generally what we're looking to do. I got you. Well, let me do this real quick, if you don't mind, Jeffrey. Can I put you on a quick hold? Let me talk to my partner real quick, and let me see if I can, what I can do with the best case on price. You mind hanging tight for a second? All right, 1 second. Oh, all right. Look, there's not a ton of comps at all in this area whatsoever. I don't know. I didn't see the name who sent this in, but it's in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So there's not a lot of action going on here. It looks like pretty small town. Trying to see if there's an opportunity to sell this deal. I mean, there's a couple of buyers nearby, but nothing kind of to write home about. But I'm gonna try to lock this guy up at 155 since I got him on the phone. And I do see there's one company that's buying in the area, so we'll see what we can shake out.
Yeah. I'm talking to myself on mute. What was the first name on it?
Jeffrey.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Hey, Jeffrey, I took a look at that, and we would kind of need to be in the, kind of the 155 range for it to kind of be something that made sense. If that's something that you're interested in or open to, I mean, I could get an offer over to you to sign, and we can kind of start the process of, like I said, it takes about 30 days for us to get to the closing table.
Yeah, I mean, 155 is fine. I mean, I'm not going home in the leg. I'm just trying to get rid of it. Get out of my name on it. So yeah, 155 will work. If they do things to work on it, I'm gonna say it's a good condition. It's different, but
yeah,
it says they need a lot of work done on it. So yeah, 155 would be great. That's what y'all offering.
Shit's on 130.
Right.
All right. Well, what I'll do is, are you able to text on this phone?
I won't be home until we're not trying to do the road because I'm on the road right now. Just put that down.
Well, what I can do is, are you familiar with like DocuSign or like electronic signature? Okay, if you text me your email, what I'll do is I'll have Alexis in my office put an agreement together and send it over to you by electronic signature, and she'll call you and kind of go over the kind of the next steps in the process as well. But if you text that email over to me, I can get that sent over to you here in a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah, just shoot me a text and we'll roll from there. Okay. All right. All right. Sounds good, man. Be safe on the road. All right. All right. All right. All right. Look, I'll be honest. I wish I could be more excited about this deal.
Another one.
There it is. There it is.
Go.
I wish I could be more excited about this deal. It is, I have no idea where. I don't even know what the city is. I said North Wilkesboro. There's just not a lot of comps out here. Who sent this lead in?
There's a few.
Yeah, it's a couple. I see April. You sent this lead in. So we'll give it a roll and see April if we can. I don't know if she's on here or not. I know she's pretty new, but we'll see if we can get contracts signed. We'll see what we can get from buyers. Putting it out there. I see a couple of actives out on the market as well. So, we'll see. But yeah, I mean that's 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah. And I mean, so even in investor base, there are some, there's some sales nearby. And I think, but you got it right at that number, where we may want to end up trying to sell it close to that number.
Yeah.
Just based on what I'm seeing. But the fact that he went for it so fast, I think that's a good sign that we might be able to renegotiate if we have to. And it was also built in 2000, so that's good because a lot of the comps I saw pulled up are a lot older.
Right. Yeah,
so
and that's why I've been thinking also, he's saying it needs work, but I'm thinking it may not need, a ton of work. Sometimes you get lucky on these and somebody's like saying, hey, it needs work, but it's a lot to them. But then when you go look at it, you're like, oh, okay, this is like a 10K, 5K rehab, and there's some real meat on the bone. So we'll see on that one. But let's keep rocking and rolling. Let me throw some notes on this.
Yeah. Lex, hope you're here. And can send out some of these offers, or at least the other guy. I was also going to say something else. So if you guys saw kind of in that first conversation, this is why it helps to go low. And I didn't try to pin myself into an actual offer. I told him I wanted to be around a number. And sometimes some people don't like that, but some, it works for, and I think it did in this case, that he was open to being around that number just based off the comps I was seeing. Because if y'all remember when we got on the phone, he said initially he wanted to be at like 80, 85. And then at the very end of the call, he said that he was hoping to get 55. So I'm stating that to say, like, you will talk to people that will say one thing and really have a different number in the back of their mind because they're negotiating as well. So don't be run off or scared off by like that first number. They're trying to anchor you.
Yeah. I mean, don't think sellers aren't negotiating also.
Yes, they're playing the game.
Yeah. Don't think that you're the only person negotiating on the call. All right. People are negotiating with you in these conversations. That seller I just talked to just texted their email in. So let's get rocking and rolling on that. And shout out to April. Like I said, I know she's new. She's been trying to figure things out, pushing really hard in the last couple of weeks since she's been here. Got a lead in contract, getting ready to get signed up. Again, could be a tough deal to move, but let's see what we can do. I'll put it in the chat perhaps. What's that person's name? Let me see. Oh, here it is. All right. Let's keep rocking and rolling. And let me see what else is in here. I'm gonna try this, Alicia. Or is this this is the one you were saying?
I want to say it. If it's the Memphis ones.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Earl and Alicia both said 130. So we'll call them in like 30 minutes. Vernell, William, and Lonnie. I'm gonna call Lonnie.
All right. I'll do William after you do that one.
Yeah. Do the one below first. This guy is. All right, but let's see if we can get it. 2 for 2.
Your call has been forwarded. forwarded to voicemail.
Yeah, shout out April. Is April in the chat? I mean, April's following the play. All right. She been getting stressed with me too, Brandon. Shout out to April if you're here. All right. She be getting a little stressed with me, but I'm like, April, just follow the process. All right. Don't stop doing all that thinking. All right. Just because I think sometimes, man, people they think so much. It's like just go. Just go in the direction and get a win. All right. And you see how easy the process is. April's been here, I think, like 3 weeks. But she's working it, getting leads sent in. You guys got 25,000 skip trace records a month now.
There you go.
You guys should be creating a ton of leads. We should be flooded every single week with calls to make here on Closing Conversations. If you're a full member of the Hands Off group, you should have leads coming in daily for us to be reaching out to and calling. Let's get actionable, man. Let's get actionable.
It's a better time to call.
Chat, y'all in here or what, man? Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all are here. Let me get a W, a lightning bolt.
There you go.
Let me get something in the chat. Know y'all are here, man. I know it's not me and Brandon just hanging out by ourselves, man. Let me see a W or a bolt in the chat. Brandon, I'm pulling up. You want me to go ahead and call this William one?
Yeah, I just this other one is going straight to voicemail.
There it is. Ashley, I see you on here. Steve Hazel, man, I see you in here. Come on, man. Miss Jill, I see you in here. Camille, Kareem, J Dub, come on, man. Dre, I see Dre in the chat, man. Let's get activated, man. Reg, what's going on, man? See Lewis in here. Come on, man. Let me, if you in the fam, man, let me know you in the building, man. Nicole, God is truth. What up? Y'all tap in with me, man.
There we go.
Gotta know if y'all rocking or what. Shot Nicole, what's going on? We calling Ransom, we calling for y'all.
Yeah.
We calling for y'all. Marcia, Teresa, Ashley, I see you again. We calling for y'all, man. 25,000 skip trace records a month I brought to y'all. And y'all should be going crazy creating leads. We should be flooded week to week. Not them BS leads, y'all. Let's be honest.
I know that's
Lex just had to talk to y'all. Lex just had to talk to y'all. All right. Lex just had to talk to y'all before we got on here. It's a whole breakdown of what leads to go after, what markets to go after them, and why are y'all doing everything but what I'm telling you to do? All right. You got the areas to go into. We're not looking for on-market deals. I don't care who on the internet done told you that. We listen, that's not what we're doing. All right, we're going off market, man. Y'all tap in with me in the chat, man, if you rocking, man. I don't know about y'all, man. Second half of this year, I'm trying to make a lot of money. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all plans are, man, but that's what I got planned, man. All right, let me call William and see what he got going on.
I'm dialing Vernell.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
We'll call him back. He's looking to do a 1031 exchange. So this is a more sophisticated seller. We're going to see what he got going on. My man Shannon in the chat said we got Jeeps to buy, man. What's going on, man? Guys, what are we doing? All right, what are we doing? There's no easier process in this business. I'm telling you, man, y'all can stamp that, man. Somebody could clip this, man. I'm telling y'all, there's no easier process than what we put together here to make money in this business of wholesaling. It's literally just up to you now. Do you want to get active or not? Do you want to fire your bot up or not and get it out here talking to homeowners, finding people who are interested in selling and getting them locked in?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you
All right, maybe we're not getting no dice on William. Try one more time.
Hey, Corbin, it's Brandon. Give me a shout back about High Point Lane. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. I was wanting to discuss this property, kind of get a better feel for your ballpark, see if we can get an offer that works. We're on the same page, maybe get an offer over to you today.
Okay.
Well,
what are you talking about here?
Yeah, well, how much were you hoping to sell this for?
So we have, sorry, I'm pulling this one up right now. I have a bunch of properties at the moment.
That's a good problem.
I believe, yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Yeah. Are you
Okay,
like a long?
Here we go. So we have this one. We have this one for 119, 120.
Is this? Are you a long-term investor? You work with other investors? Wholesale deals?
So we're a wholesale company.
Got it.
Yeah. So we don't double close. We always assign the contract over.
Got it. Okay. I think that's probably why we didn't have many notes on this. Is this one that you guys are having some trouble moving?
No, not really. We just have an influx of inventory. We just released it like July 4th-ish, so we can kind of slow this up. But we've picked up a lot of heat on it. I'm not even sure. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, this one did. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it sells, by the end of this week, honestly.
Got it.
I know we've had a few people out there today. I'm not in office to know where any of the offers have came in at, if they've came in yet. But I do know we've had a few people out there so far.
Nice.
Between yesterday and today.
Got it. Do you guys do direct to seller marketing or?
Yeah. So we're 90% of the time we're direct to seller. Every now and then we'll pick up a deal from another wholesaler, but the numbers just have to be pretty sweet for that one.
Got it. Okay. How much did you say you guys put this out for?
119.
119. That's not a bad number.
No, it's a pretty good spread there.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, of course, we're typically always trying, doing our we're 100% direct to seller. I am. I won't, take too much time of yours. But if I can, I'll make a few calls and see if I can find something, find a buyer that could work for you. Maybe we can put something together.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. So all I ask, so we typically don't do like KBs or nothing like that. So we usually just say add your fee on top when you pitch it to your buyers.
Yeah, for sure.
And that'll be added to the HUD, paid out, once the closing's finished. And then we like to close in 7 to 10 days. One thing we don't offer is option inspection. We never allow an option inspection.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me see what I could do. If there's something I can, if I can make something work here, I'll definitely give you a shout back.
Yeah, let me know what other areas you might have buyers interested in too, and I'll send you over what I have in those areas as well.
Yeah. Before I let you go,
about 15 different deals on the board right now, so I've got an influx of inventory.
Nice. What marketing channel are you guys using?
What
marketing channels?
Like as far as sending it out to investors?
No. To get the leads, your deals, your acquisitions process. I'm wondering, is this like PPC? Cold call?
I mean, it would probably be easier to ask which ones we aren't using. We're using pretty much everything that there is out there: cold calls, flyers, sent out to mailing addresses, other wholesalers, marketplaces. I mean,
got it.
You name it, we're probably doing it.
And mainly Houston.
Mainly the Houston area. We do some out in like the 409 area, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Groves, Nederland, Orange, and then we'll get some in Austin and then some in San Antonio as well. Those are really our main markets.
Got it. Good deal. Last thing, what's access here? You guys got it on lockbox?
Yeah, so this is on a lockbox.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, if I could do something with it, I'll definitely give you a shout.
All right, sounds good, Brandon. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, man. Later. Yo, yeah, sometimes I just like to hear what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, hey, this is Chris giving you a call. I was calling on the High Point property. Hey, nothing much. Yeah, we have been speaking about it. You at least been speaking with somebody in my office about it, and that you were looking to sell the property. What were you currently looking to get for it? Bruh, that's the same one you just talked to? It was a property record, Vernell? You're on mute.
High Point Lane in Houston.
Yeah. I thought his voice sounded familiar. I just banged on him.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're sending in leads, try not to send wholesalers, guys.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so we're looking for off-market homeowners. All right, off-market homeowners. Okay, off-market homeowners, man. Come on, y'all. Hey, hit that like button, y'all. Tap in with us, man. If you enjoy watching us do this calls week to week, tap in with us. Hit the like button. Let us know in the chat, man. Guys, yeah, stop sending in leads from wholesalers. All right, you're wasting. To be honest, you're wasting your time. You know, just telling you, wasted. You know, there's not going to be opportunities like that. You know, coming from wholesales, and that's why it's important to, you know, have that verification conversation with the seller, and make sure you're talking to the right person.
Yeah, give me a second, Chris. I need to tweak this agreement before it gets.
Let me see who else we got left in here, Brandon. Did you already call Lonnie?
No, I don't think I got through. But give me a second. I need to tweak this agreement real quick. So if you can take the next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this Lonnie seller. No, you already tried him already. Let me see if we got any other ones here. Hold on, y'all.
Check the other smart list.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. All right, we got a couple more here. All right, we got another Houston one. Let's see what we can make happen here.
That's Lonnie.
I'm calling Preston.
Okay, Lonnie just called back.
Hello?
Hey, Preston.
Yes.
Hey, this is Chris with Nationwide Fast Offer giving you a call. I'm the owner over here. I saw that you had spoke with somebody on our team about possibly having some properties you were looking to sell. So I was just giving you a call to see if you had anything still that you potentially were looking at moving, and if there was a deal opportunity to be made there with you. Yeah, if there was a deal opportunity to be made there with you, are you still looking at selling any of the properties?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you looking for all 10?
You tell me.
Okay, all right. Well, let me pull something up here. Hold on one second, okay? What's got you selling them? Just jumping out.
I'm 70 years old. I don't need it.
I got you. I got you. When what made you buy these over the years? Were you doing it professionally or just?
Well, hey man, it came through and I bought it.
No doubt, man. I like your style, Preston. I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. Well, look, I'm definitely interested in them. I could put together an offer for all of them. My question, though, I guess, would be: are they vacant? Are they occupied? Are you able to help me out? All right, they're all occupied. Any Section 8 by chance?
No, sir.
All right. And do you know by chance the average rent you're getting on them?
Sir?
Do you know by chance the average rent that you're getting on them?
Between 13 and 15.
Gotcha. All right, Preston. Well, let me do this. Let me look into some numbers for you and give you a call back and put an offer in front of you, or would you rather me just kind of email one over to you?
I'll be waiting on you.
All right, I'll call you back now. All right, guys, this seller might be an opportunity. I want to look into this one a little bit. He seems pretty motivated. He's got 10, but
Yeah, they got like apartment duplex, but not residential duplex. They got apartment duplex, like.
Got it. I see what you mean. And so are both sides rented?
No, both sides. If that, I was gonna probably. I've been kind of holding back renting on the renting on one board because I need to fix up on the other board.
Got it. Faster. Got it. So the one side is occupied. That's that side A. That's the one in good condition, no issues. This side B, that's vacant. And that's the one that needs to be updated.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
How much are you renting the side A for?
Okay, the last time I rented, it was like 600. I know I could get way more than that since I fixed up on it, on the inside and and doing repairs on the outside. Cause I know rent going for rent is high now. Rent almost higher than a house. I probably could almost get maybe 9,
Yeah, it's crazy how that is right now.
800 to 1,000. I probably can get that,
Yeah.
Right, cause rent is high.
Mm-hmm.
Higher than a house, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of cases it is. Is this like the only investment property that you have that you're working through right now, or?
Yeah, well, I sold my other. Yeah, I sold the other 2 I had.
Okay. What?
Really, I was just downside, just about to get all the way on out of everything, but it was inherited. It was my mom's house where my mom used to live.
Yeah, man. Makes sense. I'm just going to downsize.
Yeah, I'm finna be 70 years old. Yeah, I've been doing this.
It sounds like my Uncle Raymond, bro. You know. Yeah, you know.
97. I've been doing it here since 96.
Yeah, that's what's up. Was the investment world, was it good to you? Were you able to do well with your investment properties over the years?
Oh yeah. Things have changed a lot for tenants and all that stuff. Material. To find people to do the work. So stuff to change now. It's pretty much take like 2 or 3 people to do things pretty much now.
Yeah.
Instead of just the individual.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, I'm in a position where we're still trying to grow, our portfolio. We have sold off some just because of how the market is right now. But if we can find a good opportunity, like we're still looking to, be active.
Right.
I'm sure you get a lot of calls on this. Are
Oh,
you?
yeah, man. Yeah, my mailbox be flooded. Phone
Okay.
calls, all kind of stuff. Yeah, man, I do,
No, that makes sense.
Right.
Josh Newman. I was asking that because I was curious if you're getting some other offers on this, something else that you're considering.
No, you the only somebody I talk to. Really, like I said, I really wasn't interested, Actually, I was trying to get it up to par before I could kind of like get it all the way up, and get me somebody else in there. And then after that, I might have considered, then, whoever guy they want to have that much work to do it, then, all that. And then everybody can pretty much kind of get the offer that they want or what they're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, this is Birmingham market, it's definitely unique. I grew up in Atlanta, and a lot of our deals, I started my investment career there. It's I see so many houses that are in really nice little pockets, but then you have like these lower sales around it. And so I try not to overshoot with my offers,
Right.
because sometimes the value just isn't there. So I definitely want to get a fair number to you. Like I said, we do a lot of business. I can close on your timeline, no closing costs. We'll take care of all of that. No fees. What's the best price you think you could do that'll kind of get this deal done? And, we're going to take this one off your plate.
Well, like I said, actually, right now, actually wasn't really interested,
Well,
wasn't really just interested, but like you said, numbers do change things. So
yeah. I mean,
all I know what they putting on the cash card left right now. Like you said, well, that was I talked to, I know what they put on the tax, but I know what appraisal. It'd be a whole lot different when appraisal look at it,
right. What was the tax value that they put on it?
Like I said, I think it was between in the office that I was getting between 60 and 70. Those are numbers that were told at.
Got it. Okay.
Like I said, I never did get around to no comps, and I ain't never had a praise deal on it. And like I said, I know they done pretty much bought everything up from downtown, and that's the last area that they're working on now, as far as the area where that property is.
Yeah.
So about another year or two, that's what they're gonna be concentrating on, getting everything down that way, since they done bought everything up by amphitheater, the football stadium, downtown. They done pretty much locked all that in, all the area around there. So that's pretty much the last area left down there where the property is.
Yeah.
So that's another year or two project that they'll be, trying to get, updated, And the property value, the closer they get down there and fix everything closer, it gets, property value gonna pretty much double. I know taxes gonna go up a little bit. Taxes are already going up, so.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Just looking, I mean, if I know I got to do some decent work to the one side, you said it's on that. So give me a little bit more, I guess, on side B. aside from needing to be updated, right? Like, is there anything that actually needs repairs?
Yeah, the part that's the other unit.
Yeah, what specifically on that other unit? I'm curious.
Pretty much like a little, sheep. The foundation is good. Like, maybe the walls, maybe the ceiling, something like that. But the floors is good. And the wall probably need, update, need some attention tended to, like maybe it was talented, so it's gonna need probably, get some upgrading, to get it up to where, to the market, the way the market look now,
Yeah.
They look, so.
Bro, you probably know this market even better than me. I'm waiting on somebody to give me some feedback. I'm slacking you the address.
Yeah, slack it
For
to me.
duplex. I don't want to shoot too low. I'm thinking like 50.
What's the seller's name?
Makes sense. This is Lonnie.
So that's why I ain't been able to, I wanted to go ahead on and do that, and then I know I can get the price, really get the price that I want. If I ever know I decide I won't have a problem getting the price, offer that I want.
Yeah. There's no direct comps. Like, if I pull it up, there's nothing in that pocket as a duplex. I mean, I could look at single family, but on investor base, the numbers are all over the place. But it looks like really close to downtown-ish. Now, that makes sense.
But somebody got, you got a lot of these investors, man. They already got material. A lot of these guys, they're buying up a lot of stuff around. They already got material on hand. People to work, they can kind of just, go on through that. It won't be much for them like it'll cost me.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I said a one-man arm is it's a slow pace for a one-man arm.
Yeah.
Once you get it upgraded up to date, then you can kind of get your money back or get the price you want.
Got it. And so you've been doing all the work yourself, like you're not bringing in any contractors or anything.
I've been doing it myself. I got some guys do hand the work, and they work, as I do, because I got my house, and and I'm trying not to go lagging on my house with too much money.
How much do you want?
Yeah.
Right. So I just work at my pace and try to get it up, to a certain degree. Like I said, part A is ready to for somebody to move in. Part B, that's the one I got to upgrade on.
Got it. But part A is, you said it's not vacant. There's somebody in part A right now.
No, part A, it's vacant.
Okay, it's vacant. Okay, got it.
I got a lot of people trying to get in there, but I'm not ready, quite ready to put nobody in it yet.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, I definitely, like I said, I want to get a number to you that makes sense here, where we can come in and get this done for you, so you're not having to keep worrying about all these other calls and mailers and messages.
Oh, I ain't answer them. You the first somebody I pretty much. Well, somebody I pretty much talk to.
Look, I appreciate it, and I definitely, thanks for you taking the time to speak with me about this. That's why I kind of want to make sure I can make this work for you, so that you don't have to continue to have, these conversations and, go in and take this one off your plate, so you can go in and, enjoy that retirement and not have to worry about this. Put some more money in your pocket. I think like this East Thomas area is a little touch and go in certain places. I mean, I see some, like I said, I see some decent comps.
It is. It's touch and go also, yeah, but
that's what's been.
You got a lot of, a lot of people buying up like the lot I got over there next to that property. The lot I got.
Yeah.
I got people. Yeah, I got a lot of people trying to buy that lot because they putting in new houses up like the affordable living or living up, whatever they call them. The houses.
I think I know what you're talking about.
affordable living, I think,
Yeah.
something like that. That's what they got all up by close to downtown. In other words, they're trying to revitalize, the area. So there's a lot of that going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got a lot of Mexicans. They fixing the houses up, the one that was going out. They fixing them up and making them look good. It's like 2 or 3. So it's a little kind of like you said, it's a hit and miss, or if and go, as you said.
Yeah.
But it's gradually coming up. So looking at probably like a year or 2, progress, on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I said, I'm looking at, multifamily units that are selling for like crazy prices, like 13,000, 20,000. I do also see some that are selling a little higher. That's kind of why, I see another one at 40. There's a single family that sold for 86 nearby. So I'm kind of all over the place on the comps. I just want to get a number that is comfortable to you, that will make sense for us, so that when we do the work and we hold on to it or whatever, we're not underwater from the start. We got a little bit of equity once we put some money into it. I'd probably feel good around 40. Could I do better than that? Not sure, without, getting a better feel for that area. But if I got you an offer over around 40K, is that even something that makes sense for us to look at, further and put it in paper?
40. You talking about for the whole unit, right?
For the duplex, yeah, not the lot.
Oh yeah, I know a lot. That's a different portion. Well, actually, before I did that, man, I was just actually, because I can tell you, people that sent me a check, man, for $60,000, some $70,000. All I had to do was just go ahead on and sign it, They weren't even doing no coming out, little confident,
But that's the problem, because there's a lot of people.
All they had to do was just sign.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that do that. So that signing, that still comes with contingencies. They do their inspection, they drop the number, they ask you for something way less than it. Like I've seen that play time and time again, where people will just put out high numbers just to get you interested, and then they try to renegotiate with you. And we really try to do the opposite of that. Like I'm not always gonna be the highest offer, but I'm gonna be, somebody that can stand by that number and see it all the way through to closing. There's only those times I will do an inspection and the house is different from what.
I tell you what, I just you the first one on the market on the line. And like I said, I got a friend of mine, got a buddy of mine. He's a real estate broker and an agent and all that. I kind of let me get with him, man, and kind of see because that's what he do. He buy, sell, and fix up. He'll investor too. I know he done sold 2 or 3 in that area. He ain't trying to buy no more. So just let me trying to get with him and see what kind of numbers.
Well, if you go down that path, I mean, I'm sure you end up working with them. But I mean, I would love to.
No, he gonna tell me them. We grew up together in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And went to high school. But I'm saying I can get with him and see what he do. What kind of numbers he think is good.
Yeah.
For me,
Okay. I can respect
sold
that.
3 in that area. He grew up. He sold his granddad's house, his mom's house, and one more house that he had.
Yeah, I can respect that.
He wouldn't be interested in that. Come out buying it. No, I'm just gonna have him as my consultant.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
No, I can respect that, and that I think that makes a lot of sense to do it. I will say with the caveat, I mean, if he's giving you honest feedback based off of like sales data, right? Like what he sold them for, what he thinks it could sell for.
You know about comps and all that stuff.
That's great, because I was gonna say some agents and brokers, they also paint these rosy pictures of, hey, I can sell your property at this number, and then they put it out there and they sit.
He already know I'm gonna be there. If I do it, see the house is paid for, it be for sale by all.
Got it.
So that means he'll get a cut. So now I don't need him. I can do that myself,
Okay.
you know. So
Well,
like I said, I'm just trying to get him, you know.
Well, before you
If
do
it's-
that, if there was a number that would allow us to just, you know, say, hey, look, I feel good about this, I'll move forward right away, what would that be? Well, is there a number that would make you want to move
like
forward
I said,
now?
I actually, that's what I said. That's why I was actually I'm gonna sit on it for about another 2-3 years. Just see how stuff go over that way. Like I said, but I actually hadn't did no homework, did my research. It's for somebody just take the first offer, the first bite, you know.
Yeah.
They always tell you, know, anyway, you know, don't never accept the first offer.
Makes sense.
Don't be too anxious, you know, to take the first hit, you know, the first lick and stuff.
Yeah. Well, let me do this at least.
Really
I definitely want you to do your research and check it out. I mean, like I was thinking like I might be able to do a little bit more if you was wanting to kind of move forward. I probably got a little room to wiggle, but if you're not ready to move forward right now,
I wasn't interested, right? You know.
Yeah. So if you're not,
if I jump out there in the water, you know, I just want to make sure, you know.
For sure.
Right.
Look, let me at least put something on in paper and get it over to you so you have it. You know we're serious.
Something on paper.
Like an agreement, like an offer, just so that you have it. And you know, if once you talk to them, whatever, you know, to come back and reach out to me.
Okay, but you was talking like $40,000, right?
That was my starting number. I mean, like I say, I was willing to maybe negotiate a bit with you, especially if you felt like you needed to be, you know, a little bit more than that. You know, I could probably come up a little bit. And this is without seeing it, right? You know, if we got some photos or whatever, I could probably dial that number in even better. But like sight unseen, yeah, I feel comfortable at 40.
Right. So
and if
just let me before we do anything, you know, paperwork.
Okay. Nah, that's fine. I can respect that.
Right.
Okay, look, let's get with your guy. When do you think you'll be speaking to him again?
I just have to see how he, you know, how his schedule going or whatever. Is he in town? How he go out of town?
Okay. Well, you think I can give you a shout back Thursday evening?
That might be too quick. Yeah. Maybe one day next week. Yeah, let me just call.
All right. How about
he's a pretty active guy. Yeah, right.
Tuesday, around same time next week.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. All right.
I do doctor therapy stuff on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah. So,
okay, that's a bet.
Yeah.
Hey, if you happen to be by there between now and then, and you could take some pictures and send them to this number. And that'll actually help me with the offer if you can. If you can't, no worries, because I can have my guy go by there once we do have our next conversation.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, all right. Look, I appreciate it, Ronnie.
All
right. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that, y'all.
He made you work for it, man.
I was. Yeah, he definitely did. In the beginning, I was kind of doing two things at once. But then I started to look at the numbers. It was really, really hard to comp. I reached out to my guy that works that market, and he was telling me East Thomas is iffy. He hadn't bought anything. It's kind of a sketchy area. Just go as low as you can. But I was kind of giving them some time to try to get through and look at it. But at the same time, like he said, it's an area that is turning, and it's right within kind of that downtown pocket. Like it's true.
Might be something possible.
Yeah. It's turning and it's happening. But you know how it is, like block by block. Once you get to the inner city of any city, it's kind of block by block. But it's just west of the capital. So downtown. So I mean, it's definitely something to follow up with. I'm gonna stay on top of that one. I'm gonna set a reminder for myself and see if I can get that at a good number. That would be a good deal.
Dope. All right. Well, good stuff, man. I think we got.
We got the two.
That was Lonnie, right?
Yeah, we got the 2 Memphis ones that call back at 1:30, after 1:30.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do those.
Let's hit those 2 real quick. He wants to talk.
Which one you want to take? I'll take the other one.
Whichever one you take. Let me leave these notes.
All right, I'm gonna jump on Earl real quick.
Earl, okay, I'll take that one. He wants to talk it over with his broker friend. Verbal offer 40K. Vacant. Both sides. Same time.
So, all right. So this one, the seller's mother lives in the property. He's looking to relocate her with the right offer. So probably not a quick close opportunity for sure. But let's call him and see what's going on.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, brother, how are you?
Good. What's good?
Hello?
Hey Earl, this is Chris. I was giving you a call about the Scotland property, Scotland Road. You had spoke with I think Marie in our office about it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get any pictures.
No worries, no worries. Your mom's in the property though, correct?
Correct.
I got you. And is it like a? I mean, you kind of already have a plan if you were to sell the property, or you kind of like what kind of timeline? I guess you're on is really what I was trying to figure out. See how we could best help you guys.
It's open. Like I was telling her, depending on, what a reasonable number is,
Mm-hmm.
then, probably within 30 days or so, just to get it packed up and get her out of there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, and not that we can't work on your timeline. I just, want to just be aware of it and, kind of make sure I'm tracking it right. So, I know you didn't want to get the pictures, but what's kind of the overall condition? I know you kind of ran through some of that already, so I apologize. But I guess I understand you guys have done some work to the property, in the master and some work in the kitchen, right?
Correct. Well, yeah, in the master bathroom was pretty much redone, and the kitchen had a couple upgrades.
Okay. So generally, we're looking for opportunities where obviously we can purchase a property and rent it out, or purchase a property, fix it up and sell it. So maybe do some additional renovations past what you guys have done. And obviously kind of make a profit that way. I mean, is there some room for that? Are you guys looking for like retail on this? Where are you kind of at with that?
Probably close to retail. Like I say, is more so, to put that money up to get her
moved
to Texas, to get her moved and settled in some reasonably livable, because it's a 3-bedroom house and it's just her. So, if she does want to move.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, look, the reason I ask, right, is because, we do 2 different types of deals generally. You kind of, just from what you're saying, you kind of fall in between. So that's kind of why I asked that. So what I mean by that is, usually, right, we're paying cash for a property, closing within 30 days generally, and kind of rocking and rolling, right? And some other scenarios where, say, the house is in like better condition than a house we usually would buy and fix up and sell, which it sounds like you kind of fall in that box. And usually what I mean by that is like your mom's living there right now. The property's livable. We come in and fully renovate property, like think like, HGTV, right? So it's like usually the house is like somewhere in between that. It's not HGTV like you go look on Zillow and see a fully renovated property, but it's also in decent, good condition and somebody could live in it today. It sounds like you kind of fit that box.
Yeah, more so that one.
Yeah. So like what we do sometimes in a scenario like that is what we kind of call like a delayed closing. And so just to kind of explain it to you to see if it's even something that's kind of worth talking about, on a delayed closing, what we do is we'll agree to an amount with you up front, right? So we'll say, hey, we'll do X amount of dollars for the property. We do a contract that reflects that. And then from there, while coordinating to, for your mom to move or it sounds like she's moving with you, I guess, to Texas is what I think Marie said. Got you. Yeah. So we would take care of any additional repairs. We'd take care of closing costs. We'd take care of realtor fees, and then later sell the property. And whatever the difference is between what we sell it for, what we agree to you with is obviously, our profit. We kind of recoup our expenses. The point is it allows us to pay a little bit more for the property and be closer to, where your number would be versus a cash number. Is that something you guys are open to or interested in, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's something we could be open to.
Okay. Because I could look at the property, I guess, that way, and that would definitely, allow us to come up on the price of what we could offer. I still need to look real quick and kind of see. I know you don't have the pictures, but kind of just look and see, where I think we could be in that scenario. So give me a second. I'm kind of just poking around right now a little bit while we're talking and looking at a few things. Let me see what I can kind of come up with here. What part of Texas are you in, by the way?
The Dallas bubble.
Okay.
And right here on the edge of Forney, Texas, suburb of Dallas.
Got you. Yeah, shout out to Dallas, man. I love Dallas, one of my favorite cities in the country. Okay, so look, I'm kind of looking into this right now, and there's a lot. Let me see something. Hold on a second, man. I'm just trying to look at. There's a couple of listings that are active nearby, and I want to kind of put eyes on those real quick, see what those kind of look like. Really kind of in comparison. The tough part on this one, right, is that this property is a little bit smaller than some of the typical in the area. So it's just a little bit, causes a little bit of a squeeze, I guess, in that way. But if you give me a second, like I said, because like you're at 1,600 square feet, right? And a lot of the properties are like 2,500 or more that are nearby.
Yeah, they are a little bit bigger.
Yeah. So it just kind of, obviously just kind of impacts the price that we're able to kind of make work a little bit. But I'm pulling some stuff up. And your mom's already, I guess on the same page about moving, or
she to a degree, because like I say,
are y'all are from Memphis?
Yeah.
I got you. A little different in Texas.
Here, she's like, eventually she wants to move down here. She just hadn't, pushed yet.
Got you.
So, yeah. So
Got you.
That's kind of where it is.
Understood. No, I definitely get that, and I could understand. I mean, I think that we would probably be somewhere in the. I don't know, man. It looks like we'd probably be somewhere in the kind of mid to upper 100s. Is that kind of floating in the right ballpark with you, or kind of tell me your thoughts? I'm like in the probably like 160 range or so, 160, 170.
I mean, it's not a major gap. Just knowing where Memphis is and where it's kind of heading. I was in the mindset of maybe 2 to 205.
Yeah, the hard part on that though is like that would be, like fully remodeled. You see what I mean? So and that's what I guess I'm trying to say about kind of when you're in that in between spot. Cause like as a homeowner, it's like, okay, well, you've already done some good repairs to the property, obviously, and I'm sure you know that. It seems like you guys have already got a good chunk of stuff done. Really, it looks like a lot of the heavy lifting. I think I saw that, on here that there's a generator on the property as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't putting in generators and stuff like that unless they're taking care of their property, keeping it up, keeping it in good quality condition. That doesn't mean it's in fully remodeled 2025 condition, but it's in perfectly fine livable condition today. Our goal is we've got to try to get it close to what people are looking for today, cosmetically, right? That makes properties sell. The market's shifting. I don't know how much you pay attention to the market and the economy, but things are starting to adjust. So we got to kind of account for that too. Right now, fully fixed up, properties in your area are going for 200 to 215, like just kind of fully fixed up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, to hit that mark, you've got to be fully remodeled with it. So really it's just a question of, we're a bit lower, obviously, right? And again, we've got to be able to make a little bit of a spread in the deal too for it to make sense, or is it something that you guys want to, fix up? You've already obviously done some work to it already. Do you want to finish fixing it up and kind of making it current and sell it yourself kind of thing, to kind of, and I guess how you look at that probably is, is the investment to do that worth the return? Obviously I don't know that for you, but just being transparent and direct about it.
And you said as is right now, y'all probably be about 160.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you wouldn't have to do any work to it. This is kind of in that delayed closing structure. So how this would work, right, is it would take about 90 days or up to 90 days. Let me put it that way. Your mom, we'd have to see the inside of the property to kind of have a better idea of if it's workable while she's there. Because we would have to have, access to the property. I'd want you to be comfortable with that. We'd want her to be comfortable with that. Because usually in this scenario, the property's already vacant. But I don't know if it's hey, financially, we don't want to do this until the property sells kind of thing either. You see what I mean?
Right.
Like as far as move or make that decision. So kind of just trying to think through what's a win-win for the both of us in that way. And what's, I'm not trying to do deals where it only works for me, So just trying to take that into consideration.
Okay. Let me, you say about the 160 range if we do the delayed close. Let me run it, with her real quick, and we kind of, see what her timeline is. Give me a call about this time tomorrow, and then I can have a better answer for you. And hopefully I can have some pictures by then too.
Okay, I'll do that. And if it's not me that calls you, it'll be Shannon or Curtin in the office that'll call you. They'll be able to help you as well if I'm not available. But yeah, I mean, look, it's let me know what you think about it, because the cash number we'd be closer to like 130 on that if it was just straight cash close in 30 days. And, again, I get that you guys have already done, some work to the property. So I don't want to, I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to insult you or something with the cash offer.
No, I got it. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, yeah, let me run it by her.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and, we'll talk about it tonight, and then we'll see, just kind of where her head's at and what the game plan is.
No doubt, man. That works. We'll connect with you tomorrow, man. Take some time. You guys talk about it, think about it. And if we can make a deal work with you and help you guys out, we're obviously interested in doing that. And if we're not the right fit, don't feel like you can't tell us that either. All right.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No problem. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right, man. Bye. All right. So I didn't press this guy because his mom is on the deed as well. So he can't individually sign or make the decision. And I think that, I think this is a deal. I think it's a pretty good novation deal just from how they describe the condition. People don't, like I said, you don't see somebody with a generator on their house that isn't taking care of the house, usually. So I think there's some legs to it. We'll see what he bounces back with after talking to his mom, and if there's something to make shake with it.
Bro, I think that was just Earl, right?
Yeah.
Sir, SMS. Okay. I just called the other one. It was voicemail 3 times. I sent her a text.
Okay.
So mark the Earl one. I think that would be it. Did we hit the other? Ready for Tuesday, Thursday?
I think I did 1 or 2 on there. I gotta go back and look.
Okay, I know we're running out of time to get to those 2:30 appointments. Was calling back about.
My bad. I was noting that call.
Let me know a better time to call back. Thank you.
Yeah, I called Preston already. I don't know how you say his name. Is it an L?
On those other 2, I was supposed to go back and add some details to those notes.
All right, I got one more.
Which one you hitting?
NL.
Okay.
8-2. by spam call filtering. Please press 1-3 to continue. Sorry, I didn't get that. Please press 1-3 to continue. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Sorry, the box belonging to 80427.
Bruh. Jeez. Let me try this again. It's a good looking lead too.
Please press 7-1 to continue.
You had just spoke with William, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't get that. Please press 7-1 to continue.
Damn, I'm not getting through any of these.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right. Did you just try to call one as well, my bad?
No. Well, yeah, I just tried Wanna. Let's call, no answer. No answer. System. I'm gonna mark it. I don't know if those texts are gonna go through. Did you try Johnny?
No.
Okay. We're at the top of the hour. We might have to do some of these offline.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. Yeah, we got a couple more that we'll knock out offline for because of time. Call no answer.
It was definitely a productive day.
Yeah, a couple opportunities locked in. Definitely got some really solid opportunities on deck. Chats, shout out to y'all for staying tapped in with us today, kicking it, listening to some of these call conversations. We'll be back on Thursday at 5 p.m. EST. All right, rocking and rolling, ready to go. So make sure you're here and tapped in with us at that time. Brandon, you want to let people know where to find you, man?
Yeah, right here. I am B Barnes on social. Similar offers with Brandon Barnes on YouTube. Appreciate y'all for being here and investing in your own education and also, learning some game. We had some really good opportunities. Can't wait to do it again Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern-ish. And get into it. So, keep sending them in. Any questions we can help answer, let us know.
No doubt, man. You got 25,000 skip trace records a month. That means you got 25,000 opportunities with phone numbers to go out here and get active. You've got offer bolt set up. You've got the things that you need. All right, let's be intentional, guys, man. Let's go out here and make it shake, make it happen, get some quality leads sent in for Thursday, man. Get your bots active, get it out here talking to sellers. We got a couple of opportunities locked in here today. Let's get some more locked in Thursday and keep the momentum up. Everybody, much love. Y'all be good. Appreciate y'all. All right. Peace.